talking about today's topic, infusing confidence in hitters. I think it all goes back though to a way to infuse confidence in your hitters is to make them understand I have an approach. That's number
Mm,
one. Have an approach and have a plan. We always talked about that. That could be the base, arguably, could be the base of anybody's hitting and if they're successful or not.
yeah, I think, preparation breeds confidence is such a common phrase that I hear tossed around. And it's interesting though, because the interpretation of it is very different. Some people will view that and be like, you're right. My preparation comes from all the months and weeks that I worked at practice and the weight room and everything else and my mental training. And then I step at the plate and now that's the reason I'm confident. And then for other people, it is the plan and the approach. It's like, well, I've prepared mentally on knowing exactly what I want to crush, exactly how I'm going to go about my at bat, and that's why their confidence is there. And then you have other athletes who I think are lacking confidence probably for different reasons. They probably have a lot of doubt, anxiety, insecurities in other areas, and they try to almost over prepare. And they're like, "Well, I have this plan, I have this approach. Why isn't this working?" And they're expecting
Yeah.
it to be a light switch. They're expecting to just all of a sudden have this 10 out of 10 confidence all the time. Whereas it's gonna be like building muscle. It is gonna be this gradual build where you're gonna find little victories of confidence along the way, to allow you to get to that point where you do feel consistently or more so at a 10 out of 10. But yeah, having imagine having a blindfold and then stepping up to the plate, getting in a box. That's the equivalent of not preparing at all for an at bat, not knowing the speed, not knowing what she looks like, not knowing typically what she throws. But when even if you're the leadoff batter going up there being like, all right, listen, I'm looking middle. I'm not trying to hit the infield is playing really close. I'm not trying to bunt right now. So let's say they're a lefty and they know I'm looking for something high, middle in that zone for my first strike. Maybe they expand it a little bit for their two strikes. And then once they do have two strikes, they have a completely different approach where they're protecting. Like all of those little things that they could have practiced leading into that at bat would lead to so much more confidence, even if they were blindfolded, let's say, going up to the plate.